Right, Josh, well, I guess it's still pretty tough to talk about, but the grand final's gone and passed now and it wasn't the result we wanted. What reflections have you made on the game so far?
Oh, I think everyone's obviously extremely disappointed and, probably walking on eggshells a little bit. So we review the game a little bit this afternoon, which will be good, and get a few things off our chest and hopefully learn from it as much as we can and then put it behind us and continue on to next year.
Is there anything in particular that you've learnt from it that you can take away at this point?
I guess just making the most of the opportunities and not taking it for granted, and don't think things are just going to happen, because they certainly didn't.
Looking at the season as a whole, there were a lot of highlights, I suppose, leading up to what unfortunately ended it up at the end. What did you make of your own season in 2014?
I haven't had too much time to really think about it, and obviously the way it finished, it's sort of hard to think too positively about the season as a whole, but I guess I'll be able to do that as time goes on, and when I get back into, I guess, my off-season program and running and looking at ways to improve, I guess I'll think about it a little bit more then. But I think over the course of the year it was pretty consistent. And that's about it.
Yep, and you did earn your second All-Australian selection, and again, while it's tough to think about it now, you must be proud of that achievement.
Yeah, those things that sort of come along, and I'm certainly extremely proud of it. It's something I do look back on even this season and very proud and glad that, although it's an individual accolade, you do put in a lot of work, and it's good to be recognised.
And looking at your teammates, there are a lot of big improvements this year, particularly from some of the younger guys. Who really impressed you this year? It's hard to pick out one. Obviously, Lukey Parker's had an amazing year, especially second half to the season, and Harry Cunningham. Jake Lloyd has really impressed me this year, the way he's been able to come into the side and in his first few games look like he's played sort of 50 senior games. So he's probably one that really surprised me. And there are a few guys that just played a handful of games this year, guys like Zach Jones, just to name one of them. Is there anyone that you think might have a big year next year that we didn't see much of this year? It's going to be interesting pre-season. I think he's one, Zach Jones. I think Tom Mitchell will set himself for a big year. I think Toby Nankervis is one ruckman that I think could have a big impact next year as well. I could probably go through the whole list, but I won't. But yeah, it will be interesting. And just lastly, just a couple of days away, you'll be on off-season. Do you have any plans to head overseas or anything like that?
Going to Bali. Ben McGlynn's getting married over in Bali, so going over there for a couple of weeks, which will be good with a few of the teammates, and then be able to relax and sort of switch off. And other than that, just a few little jet sets here and there, but nothing too extravagant or far away.